What's up, Too Real family? Today on Tater Too Real, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 running backs for the 2024 college football season, starting with number 5. And coming in at number 5, we have UCF running back R.J. Harvey. Now, a lot of people out there are going to say, R.J. Harvey played in the weak American Conference, but guys, if you have not watched R.J. Harvey play last season, I would gladly like you to go on YouTube and search up some of those videos because R.J. Harvey will be a senior this season. He rushed for 1,400 yards last year and 16 touchdowns. Also, he had 238 yards receiving and another 2 touchdowns. And he was a big player to watch this past offseason. A lot of people thought he would hit the transfer portal. He could have definitely gotten more money somewhere else. He could have definitely went to a bigger school. But UCF are turning into big players in the NIL space because they just got a donation from a booster for $5.5 million. So they're definitely going to spend money in the NIL space. Shout out to UCF. Shout out to R.J. Harvey. Now, coming in at number 4, I have Kansas running back Devon Neal. Now, Devon Neal is coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Last year, he rushed for 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns. Also had 217 yards receiving and another touchdown. Fast, explosive, electric. Expect Devon Neal to have an even bigger year this year, in my opinion, because Kansas definitely went out there and did some work in the transfer portal. They brought in offensive linemen from Texas A&M. They brought in another one from Michigan. Also, Jalen Daniels, if he just stays healthy this whole season, it's going to open up bigger holes for Devon Neal to run between because he is also a dual threat quarterback. So all in all, you should expect Devon Neal to go out there and have another 1,000-yard rushing season and put up big numbers. Now, let's talk about number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Ashton Jey from the Boise State Broncos. The 5'9", 210-pound running back out of Jacksonville, Florida, will be a junior in 2024, rushed for 1,347 yards and 15 touchdowns. But this is what make Ashton Jey get those Alvin Kamara comparisons. Ashton Jey had 569 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. And look for all these numbers to increase this year. They went out and got former 5-star quarterback Malachi Nelson, started his freshman year out at USC, didn't work out at USC, but now find himself at Boise State. And he will be the highest rated recruit that ever went to Boise State. So look for Ashton Jey's numbers to increase. Look for him to be more involved in the passing game. Could he go out there and get 700-800 yards receiving? It is definitely likely. Shout out to him. But coming in at number 2, Quanjins Henderson, the 5'10", 210-pound running back from Pike Road, Alabama, rushed for 1,158 yards and 15 touchdowns last year at Ole Miss. Also had 149 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. And guys, one thing I want to say about Quanjins Henderson, I've heard 2 different scenarios as to why he left Ole Miss. One being he was tired of being the main back, so he transferred to Ohio State so he can split carries with Devon Henderson, so he won't have all the wear and tear on his body before he heads to the NFL. And the other reason I heard is simple. He wanted more money in NIL. So apparently when they brought in players like Walter Nolan at Ole Miss and all these other transfer portal players, he saw that they was getting the same money he was getting probably. And he was like, that's not fair. I want to go somewhere else where I can get more money and also not have the wear and tear on my body. Either reason, if they're both true or one of them true, or even if they're both false, he is at Ohio State and he is my number 2 running back in the country. Now, my number 1, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is a 6'1", 211-pound running back out of Fort Worth, Texas. Rushed for 1,732 yards and 21 touchdowns. Had 330 yards and another receiving touchdown last year. Do it all, versatile. Kind of got in a bit of trouble this offseason with a DUI. Hopefully that was just a bad mistake, a bad judgment, and hopefully he learned from it and grow from it. But all in all, Ollie Gordon is obviously my number 1 running back. And I kind of feel bad in a way because I left Donovan Edwards off from the University of Michigan. He was borderline top 5, but I'm telling you guys, I could not take R.J. Harvey out from UCF. But there you have it, guys. Those are my top 5 running backs heading into the 2024 college football season. If you would like me to do more content like this, top 5 or player versus, where I'm comparing 2 players, going to start a series with Shedeur Sanders versus Carson Beck. Comment below. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.